Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast. With me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda, Hero of the Reich, Defender of the Fatherland, here to bring your eyes and ears another lovely episode full of wondrous things. We shall be watching Bjarkey fighting for the 2nd Panzer Division, or at least a Kampfgruppe formed from it. Opposing him shall be Fractional, fighting for the Americans, fighting for the 3/3, no, well 3/4 would have been technically better, but 3rd Infantry Division. A fight in the daylight of Semois. So this of course is a more of an arranged match between the two, not auto match. Both are level 16, at least Bjarkey here is. He's also a streamer, in fact Fractional is also a streamer. And of course, if you like to sort of a better place to sort of find where everybody's streaming, including me, you know, if you can't just find me otherwise, but again, you know, follow me on Twitch. There's also companyviews2.org. There's a nice list on the front page, in fact, where pretty much everyone who's streaming Company Reviews is actually streaming. You can sort of see them then, of course, see who's actually actively streaming at that stage. We are seeing a bike out from first from Bjarkey, and also note he's starting out with a 3 Pioneer start. He's of course hoping to secure as much territory at the same time he's using one of the squads to wire off here, so at the same time. In this case, the 3 Pioneers offsets the otherwise loss of time there would be by setting off all of this wire. Of course, the bike's going to be doing around and doing a bit of harassment in this case for Bjarkey, stopping Fractional in his tracks. And by the looks of it, Fractional has only gone with the 2 engineer starts. So in fact, this could be a nice advantage for Fractional, since he will of course have the infantry advantage initially. And there's his Volkswagen squad on the way, but it is going to be a bit delayed. In the meanwhile, Bjarkey securing every territory here on the right hand side. Engineers hiding in the house from the bike. In the follow-up to the bike during daytime. No longer afraid of the sunlight the bike strikes. Anyways, we are seeing Rifleman moving north, opening up at the end of the engineers. Rifleman armed, of course, going to respond. There we go, the Volkswagen squad is ready. Bjarkey's Pioneers in the north are moving on. The bike is being pushed a bit away. We are seeing the Volkswagen moving up to support the bike. Rifleman coming a bit under fire again. Do not underestimate the bike. I mean, the MG is actually reasonably powerful. It's considered more like the LMG 42, just more accurate at longer ranges, less accurate at shorter ranges, and no suppression, but still able to do some damage, in particular if you can catch them out in the open. I mean, he's pretty rubbish against units in cover, but I mean, if you can catch anyone out in the open or flank him with it, I mean, it can actually do quite a bit. And that sense it actually comes quite a useful little tool to ensure your Volkswagens aren't, for example, rushed within seconds, or for that matter, again, can be used to flank the units, while the bike or Schwimmwagen, for example, the Schwimmwagen also has the MG to sort of flank the opponent in heavy cover. In this case, though, Fractional quickly pulls the troops into the house, and Bjarkey, in fact, then quickly relegates troops to the centre, where there's another Rifleman squad hoping to catch this a bit more off guard. Pioneers and Engineers, well, the Pioneers getting fun on, the Pioneers sort of just getting shot at. Second squad of Volkswagens moving in. Bike seems a bit unsure what to do. And there we go, the Volkswagens and Riflemen catch each other here in the town centre. Another squad moving in from this house there. Third squad ready. Bjarkey can find himself a bit outnumbered, but he's conducting a full retreat to this side of the road, pushing away the engineers before regathering, perhaps for a counter-assault against Fractional. And we're seeing a mine going down there. Wunderbar. Eine Minen. There we go. And we're seeing an MG42 to follow up a bit with. Bjarkey slowly advancing in the name of the Vaterland. Volkswagen is firing away. Rather here finding a bit by the cafe, the others in the cemetery. Another squad not joining quite yet. Probably should soon though. Rifleman down, first kill. Goes to the Germans. And the MG42 is ready. Getting ready to move in as well. What shall be next? Take up on another unit, another MG, another Volkswagen squad. There's quite a few possibilities. Bit of brutal fighting going on here. Right moving in, of course, they won't be able to get it due to the wire. So in this case, the wire pays off, but again, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Again, it all requires is one engineer squad. MG under fire. Keeping up the pressure a bit now with the MG42, the bike, and the Volkswagen Could he be going for a sniper, or is Bjarkey? No, he is going for a sniper, so the more common two Volkskriegs MG sniper with a bike thrown in to sort of add a bit. And of course, 3 Pioneer squad to take as much territory. Mine going down there. Lovely job by Bjarkey. Bike damage, engine rifle that are taking heavy loss as well. Getting ground down by the rifle. Oh, flanking in on the Volksgrenadiers and heavy cover. The MG though quickly switches to fire them, but the Volksgrenadiers actually ought to be the one switching while the MG continues to suppress them down here. I think would have been a better move. And now we are seeing a larger push. Oh, the squad here was actually suppressed. Another squad is moving in, trying to flank about. We are seeing something on the way. Could be grenades, could be Browning automatics. Bjarkey is getting slowly pushed back a bit. Rifleman could take up position in the cafe. And there we go, Browning automatics. But these troops are awfully wounded. No doctrine as of yet for Bjarkey. Volksgrenadier down, the Rifleman moving in there. Oh, this is getting a bit dangerous for Fractional. He's trying for the BAR push, but the Rifleman moving in right in front of the Volksgrenadiers. And the bike again, not a bike out. Oh, squad down. Squad went down to the MG42. And Sniper opens up as well. Heavy losses for Fractional's infantry. One man makes it out of the cemetery, the rest join it, and the other rifleman is simply getting brutalized, down to 1 man each. This is a catastrophic engagement for Fractional. And each and every one of his 3 remaining riflemen squads are down to 1 man, plus he lost another one. This is hugely expensive. This is going to cost him dearly. We are seeing the second MG42 up, but at this stage he might as well not bother. I mean, Fractional is going to be out of the fight for quite a bit of while. I mean, he has taken obscene losses. Crikey! That talk about an assault gone wrong. And note, I mean, the losses for Bjarkey, I mean, he suffered a bit, but ultimately he can still use his troops to secure territory. I mean, this is no good. And he's probably going to be taking up, of course, to something like a Sturm Army. We are seeing another rifleman squad out, and the rest are reinforcing quickly, but nonetheless, it is going to delay any response from Fractional and could certainly make him a lot vulnerable to an armoured car rush from Bjarkey. And we are only first seeing the skirmish phase on the way there with the Krieg bags. Mines going up, though, lots of mines, barbed wire, nicely done. And 2 strips of wire right there. Could even wire a bit here. These Volkskriegs could probably be retreated by now. Interesting enough, again, due to the heavy configuration of MGs, he's not pushing as hard as he possibly could, really, punishing Fractional for the heavy losses he suffered, which I think is a bit of a shame and a bit, perhaps, of a slip-up by Bjarkey, but, I mean, it's not going to lose him the game, at least not now. But it is giving Fractional some more time to sort of regain his posture and certainly not be as bravely beaten off as he otherwise would have been, and particularly still going to have access to the 16+ munitions. But nice wiring, more wiring going off there, but some of the Volkskriegs going to get caught outside of the wire. MD, I think, could have been pushed a bit further, but there we go. Rather now getting stopped. All sides. Wire, though, going up. Sniper needs perhaps not a bit. There we go, engineer's almost down. Another push. Nice, though, actually, to clear up some routes for wire. And Pioneers. No, Volkskriegs squad down. That's actually going to hurt Bjarkey a bit. That's going to be a lot less infantry. Ravner getting penned, sniped. Another wave pushes off. Mine goes off. Oh dear. Rather heavy losses for Fractional, but nonetheless he manages to push through. He could even Bjarkey could even lose the mine. Another man though sniped. Rifleman moving up, another MG quickly shifting about to cover the flank of the first one. Rifleman probably going to be charging in after the sniper, and there we go. And this looks like this could be the moment of recovery for Fractional. He's going to push off Bjarkey completely. That's going to be quite the problem for him. Certainly a moment of restitution for Fractional. And there we go, plus of course the Volkskriegs squad down. It's going to hurt. We are seeing the Sturm Army being rushed, but at the same time, if Fractional was to go infantry doctrine, now begin mining, that could actually make it rather difficult for Bjarkey to make a comeback. And there we go, the MD42 caught out in the open. This could be a... Oh dear, heavy losses now for Bjarkey in return. Oh, how sad. And there we go, infantry doctrine up. Mines going down. Blitzkrieg for Fractional. We're still not seeing an infantry. We're now seeing armoured cars, but he is going to be a bit short on infantry. That is going to hurt him. And there we go. Fractional has been pushed off. Pioneers moving in, awfully wounded. No medic packs for them. He's probably going to use stormtroopers. Rather than caught out here in the center by some rather not too healthy Volksgrenadiers. Sniper moving in, but he's on. Oh no, he's not paying attention. Fractional, Bjarkey, you must have seen the mines going down. Oh no! Pioneer down, sniper down. Oh, this is an absolutely huge loss right there for Bjarkey. I mean, he lost an MG, Volksgrenadier, and a sniper. I mean, this is a complete turnaround for Fractional in minutes. Talk about back and forth. Looked like Bjarkey had the advantage, but one push off later, and now he's having trouble coming back and certainly suffered quite a bit. And our Fractional could have the advantage unless this armored car turns into a real beast and absolutely mutilates every single one of the American troops. Motor pool up. So we could be seeing an armored car. Volksgren's caught out in the open there, getting gunned down as they're pulling back into a slightly safer position. MG42 setting up in the remains of the cemetery entrance, and there we go. Catching the riflemen, but they are in heavy cover. Thus being much harder to suppress. Another Volksgrenadier down though, and forced away. Armored car on the patrol there, hoping to catch some riflemen up north. Second one on the way. Still, Bjarkey needs more infantry, more boots on the ground. And he's going to need something to cover the flank right here. This one, MG is also going to go down. Rather up here so far. There we go. Suffering a bit there. And Bjarkey's MG42, although there's a gap in the cemetery right here, which actually allows his MG to retreat safely. Otherwise, he might have lost another MG squad. To talk about small blessings. Rifleman squad could go down for Fractional, though, if the armored car completely managed to catch him out in the open road. Though so far trying to stick to the ditches. No, no, oh, poo. I managed to make it over to the other ditch. Come on, Bjarkey, keep pushing. Pioneers, armored car. Oh dear, looks like the rifleman does manage to make it away. And another mine down by the sound of it. Or perhaps I heard wrong. No, there we go. And the armored car's going to hit it, perhaps. Armored car is on the way. Mine's going down there. Lovely mining by Fractional in return.
That's it.
More mines, mines, mines. Good. And there we go. One last mine from Bjarkey, killing another poor sod. And assaulting a few more losses as they try to retreat. And the armored car, other one quickly intercepts. Gets a few more. 8 kills so far. That's pretty nice and handy. Attempting with the Kampfkraft, not quite finished again. There we go. Stormtroopers moving in. Armored car is ready. Second Panzer Division though is in a bit of a rough situation, particularly now with an armored car with the destroyed engine, heavy damage, and caught in a not so good spot at all. And of course now a Greyhound is ready. We're seeing artillery being prepared as well for Fractional. And this armored car is definitely in a bit of trouble. Stormtroopers are getting Panzers Rex. Of course, question would be, what if this one had already been upgraded with it? Then perhaps it could have taken on the Greyhound, and perhaps even saved this one. Blocking the way to allow the Panzer X to deal with it, I imagine. And they both miss, and there we go. The Greyhound quickly escapes. Armored car is down quickly, of course, to salvage it would be good. Not looking too well right there for Bjarkey, and there we go, infantry following up on the success right there. Mine goes off, almost killing an engineer squad right there. Stormtroopers moving in, they are caught by flamethrowers. Another attempt at hitting the Greyhound, and they fail miserably. It looks like an engineer went down right there, or somewhere over the rainbow. Panzerfausting the Greyhound and then retreating quickly. Sticky bomb on the armored car. Sticky bomb, ladies and gentlemen. Immobilized, and the armored car will get itself another kill, possibly even Veteran G2. This is going horribly for Bjarkey. He needs something more than Greyhounds, or at least Stormtroopers with the Panzer X, which are not quite fast enough to actually deal with the Greyhound, in this case at least. And this MG42 is definitely not doing too well either. There we go. Greyhound is down. The MG42, though, sadly, is also cleared out. And the Greyhound, the armor car actually needs to pull away. Oh dear. Another sticky bomb. Destroyed engine though, but more riflemen moving in. Another one is rolling in. Bjarkey seems awfully fond of the armoured cars. Not so much infantry, and another unit was lost by the looks of it. The sound of it, probably right around here. Heavy losses for the 2nd Panzer Division so far, though mostly relying on its armoured cars, apparently not so much on its infantry. And 2 infantry squads is definitely not quite enough to handle 4 enemy infantry squads, I would say. And the mine goes off here. In particular, not in the close confines of the village, which is rather where most of the fighting is. In this case, those cases, the armoured cars rather become a lot less effective because the infantry can much more easily close with the armoured cars and deliver sticky bombs onto them. I mean, these armoured cars being much larger do require a bit more room to move through and would be much better suited towards here. I mean, if they're going to be here, they are going to need some sort of bigger gun. But largely Bjarkey does need some more infantry, and there we go, he's getting another squad of full skirmishers pulling in from the reserves. And another mine goes off, quickly damaging the engine of the Greyhound again, in fact utterly destroying it. Bunker going up, probably going to repair bunker, although a medic bunker would also be a nice move. And there we go, another Greyhound out for Fractional, ready to take advantage of this wounded piece of prey, and going to finish it off. And again, if only he had some Pumas to help. MG42 setting up to cover the advance right there with the riflemen. Greyhound catches the armor car out of control. Stormtroopers are moving in. And the Stormtroopers utterly miss. So there we go. Bjarkey does need a minesweeper, at least needs to consider one. Because currently Fractional does have him by the screws. We are seeing a bit of engineers moving up. They're going to clear out the wire. And this has not been salvaged yet for munitions. In fact, most of this hasn't been really... Oh, another mine! Killing more infantrymen, including a few stormtroopers. And the MG42 does get cleared out. Riflemen are quickly moving in to try and recover it. Kampfkraft Center actually being finished. Might have been an accident he didn't. And another northern push from the riflemen. Bjarkey is stretching out his Fulskerners too much. They do not have support. What are you doing, Bjarkey? They're Fulskerners, not stormtroopers or Knights Cross holders. Repair bunker is up. Going to help repair the armor cars. Another one out. He should perhaps consider considering a Stook. A bit tougher. A bit more likely to knock out the Greyhound, which again he doesn't seem to be fully reacting on, besides with the stormtroopers, and again they're having a bit of limited success at the moment.
Ready to roll.
An anti-tank gun would be a nice move. In fact, we are seeing one on the way from Fractional and the 3rd Infantry. There we go, another attempt by the stormtroopers. A few shots do connect. More mines going down from Fractional. Lovely. Kampfkraft Center flashing up.
We're losing ground out there.
And a nice push down from the south by some riflemen. In fact, using there's a fracture right there, allowing them to bypass the wire completely. A nice overall movement by Fractional. Less so by Bjarkey, who seems a bit too keen on himself getting confined in a spot where his armor cars aren't really as useful. They're not tanks, you know. They're more vehicles of maneuver, and currently Bjarkey's not really getting the most out of that. Which is definitely to the advantage of Fractional, because he's then going to have a much easier time confining the armor cars, and again thus further denying them a lot of their usability. But we need some artillery now from Bjarkey to try and dig out things in need. Would do nicely. A medic bunker or some more infantry generally would also be nice. And there we go, the MG decrewed once more. Bit of movement down south. And veterancy up for the armor cars, giving a 25% damage decrease. That's going to help a bit. Might be the thing that saves this armor car from complete annihilation from the anti-tank gun. Driving up in the north, being based by veterancy 1 full Grenadiers. Looks like the Volksgunners are moving in, going for the MG. Have to be careful, weapon quickly popping out. Quick sook. And there we go, completely annihilated in seconds. Caught on fire rather swiftly. So that was pretty much a waste of manpower, I think. Armor car going to flank up here, but still there's a Greyhound. And now the rifleman, and there's a mine there. He needs something a bit more than just unupgraded armored cars. Again, I think a Nebelwerfer would do quite nicely. There we go, anti-tank are nicely turning about, forcing Bjarkey to pull back his armored cars. And let's go have a look at Bjarkey again. And there we go, Nebelwerfer on the way. Volksgunners need reinforcements. The Volksgunners up here getting absolutely blasted. Oh, mine goes off actually. Completely annihilating some engineers and some poor buggers' tomb. Or grave. No supplied upgrades though for Fractional, that would be nice. Of course a medic station, but so a medic bunker for Bjarkey would definitely do wonders, I think, in the longer run. Another armored car. He's got 3 already, but nothing that can really deal with the armored car. Again, not a huge fan of that. I do believe he should consider upgrading at least 1 armored car to the Puma, sort of provide some aid in that department. Possibly also consider upgrading some of the Volksgunners and MP40s. And Junior, I mean, you shouldn't upgrade all armor cars with Puma guns. On the other hand, it's sort of like the Volksgunners, as would like to argue. Say, I mean, you know, you upgrade at least, well, about 1 in fact, and then leave the rest as rifle. Then you have something that can sort of deal a bit more extra damage up close, while the other ones are keeping things busy. And again, the sort of same thing with armor cars. You have one to sort of keep the infantry away, while the other one moves in to deal with the more specific bits, or for that matter, all to blast the infantry out with his main gun. There we go, Nebelwerfer barrage. More veterancy for the armor cars. Veterancy 2 generally doesn't do so much. Nebelwerfer gets a direct hit on the anti-tanker. Mine goes off, destroying the engine of the armor car. If only Bjarkey had something to finish it off. Anti-tanker gone. MG still there. Volksgunner, stormtroopers. There we go. Main gun destroyed. Rifleman getting suppressed though. So close to pulling through. If only he'd gone for the assault grenades, he could actually have cleared things out here. He could actually have cleared out all those rifles and the MG, but sadly, he never did. And he pulled back the armor car instead of trying to finish and add in there in the south. What an absolute miss right there by Bjarkey. In fact, he could have pushed the other armor car in there as well. Absolutely missed opportunity right there by Bjarkey. Looks like a Puma was lost somewhere. Oh, hits a mine and is knocked out immediately. Probably a Greyhound mine then. Bjarkey not doing so well, had a great start and now it is slowly fading away. How unfortunate.
We are losing ground.
Anti-tank and firing, probably trying to clear out the bocage to sort of make it easier to hit the armored cars themselves. More Nebelwerfer fire going into the tower. Oh, direct hit on the anti-tank gun. Clears out a mine as well. And a direct hit on the engineers. My goodness. Some extremely nice hits there from the Nebelwerfer. The MG though has been pulled back a bit. Nicely done there, although it still gets crisped a little. Anti-tank and once more recruit.
Heavy recon deployed.
And another armored car. How about at least one Stug? Bjarkey, 1 at the very least. Or perhaps a Stug 42. Just, you know, not just armored cars. I mean, you're actually losing a lot without really gaining a lot from them. I think that ought to sort of perhaps indicate that perhaps you need to just at least slightly shift your tactics and strategy on that department. Rather caught him a bit. Again, the armored car rolls in. Will there be a Panzerfaust? He's got tons of ammunition as well, so I mean, an upgrade for the armored car would do nicely. A fresh mine there from Fractional. Again, lots and lovely mining. And the mine goes off thanks to the Panzer check. Another armored car lost for Fractional. And we are seeing a tank depot going up. A Sherman, I think, could do nicely, in fact.
Heavy recon
Armored car running escort for the pioneers in the north as they do a bit of harassment. That's going to help. Another need for barrage. Perhaps Fractional attack now going to get beaten back a bit. Quickly moving the anti-tank gun. Another mine goes off. Several nice hits on the MG42. It does manage to retreat.
Ready for duty.
But will Bjarkey push forwards in the name of the fatherland? And we're seeing another dual upgrade of Panzercheks. Nice, but perhaps in this case with the second one he should also consider some assault rifles to help deal with the infantry. And, oh, nasty hit right there. Volkskranier is taking heavy losses, possibly some pioneers as well. And artillery going in.
The Americans are capturing a sector.
Right down south. Protecting the fuel point. Mine on the bridge. There we go. Stormtroopers again. Perhaps, you know, 2 with dual Panzercheks I think is a bit too much. Should also something to deal with the infantry a bit more solid and stoically than the armored cars.
Ready for orders.
And another mine, immediately stopping the Stormtroopers.
Stormtroopers, ready for orders.
Missed one of the squads.
Another replacement.
Veterancy on the way for the armor, so he's probably going to get something.
The fuel is ours now.
Taking fire.
And some veterancy for the support units going to largely apply to the Nebelwerfer. Going to help it fire a bit faster. Tank destroyers out. What else have we seen? A Sherman. Now go a bit more Nebelwerfer fire, hoping to clear out any strong points from Fractional in the center. So far none really. And the anti-tank gun hiding by the roadside in the village. Armor car in the north getting handed down by the Hellcat. Not looking too good there. Push in by Bjarkey in the center. A bit under fire there. Armor car trying to provide support. Southern one not doing anything. Need to pull these forces back into cover. And the Hellcat is moving in. And there's nothing to really stop it again. Trying to get the anti-tank gun, firing it down from the church. Panzercheks flying through the air while the Hellcat continues to rain hell on the armored cars. There we go, armored car down. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Another armored car down in seconds. And of course, a speed bonus there from veterans who want, allowing the Hellcat to quickly and safely escape. And there's no mines there at all to stop it. So that was definitely a bit of a nasty situation right there from Bjarkey. Again, his Panzerchek Stormtroopers can't be everywhere. It is climbing up a bit too much in one space. So not really optimal, I think, right there for Bjarkey. In particular, not since Fraction has largely gone for a much speedier approach. More Nebelwerfer. You could get a Tiger in now. That would help. And these pioneers are definitely going to regret what they find up north. Hellcat moves in again. Stormtroopers could perhaps help a bit. There we go. One actually hits. The other one not quite as much. Very close to the Tiger. And there we go. Calling in the Tiger. Come on, Bjarkey. You can do it. And there we go. A bit of light skirmishing in the south. Securing the little island right here. Mine goes off, actually. Killing and pinning a bit. Tiger tank detached from the Panzercheks and then to assist. Will it be enough? Driver remarking he learned to drive on a tractor like that, and a few years later now he's driving a Tiger. Was it 15 years later? I can't remember specifically. But again, trying to catch it with the stormtroopers, I mean, to a certain extent, nice. And there he actually managed to kill it, but it could also have escaped. And of course, then he wouldn't have been able to catch up with it. The stormtroopers are a bit more in that sense defensive anti-tank weapons. Certainly since the Pantrics are a lot less accurate at range. And crossing into the open road, they are plastered with fire from the Tiger and the armor cars. Needworth sets off another mine close to the MG. MG taking a bit of fire, ultimately it seems to survive. And of course now would be a nice time for Bjarkey to push forward, in particular if he can get some infantry to support it, but so far that does not seem to quite to happen. And the Stormtroopers here again a bit limited against infantry. He should at least upgrade one squad with some assault rifles to help. And some poor bastard was killed somewhere. By the looks of it, Pioneers. And Veteran 2 on the way for the infantry, that's good. Das ist gut, mein Herr. But let's return to Fractional. And the 3rd Infantry now for the North Map Combat Group, another Hellcat. More infantry. Quite a bit more infantry, in fact, 6 squads now. And an anti-tank gun, supplied upgrade number 1, lovely. Tiger and armor car, we are seeing, ooh, artillery right close. Fractional doing its best to protect the victory point.
The Germans are after one of our
Quiet.
munitions points.
Of course, the Puma was the upgraded variant of this one. It was not something like a battlefield conversion. It was something a bit more specifically done at the factory. And the gun itself was actually from another scrapped project, the Leopard reconnaissance tank. Same turret was also used for this one variant of the Panzer II Lux, which also had the same gun, but never really, I think, saw any greater action. But a bit of work going on here. Storms were advancing in first, not really cloaked. Again, hoping to catch it with a fusillade of rockets. Matter of quantity rather than quality. But not quite succeeding. Now seeing Fractional pulling back his lines a bit. Tiger getting repaired from the repair bunker, that's nice. Not a lot of units though going on for Bjarkey. And Stormtroopers hit a mine, quickly getting stopped right there. Rather than caught out in the open though, could be a nice target for the Tiger. What a bun grenade right here. Geballte Ladung. An old World War I tactic. Basically just strapping together a lot of grenade warheads around one grenade.
Enemy unit down.
And the armor car went down to anti-tank. It's one having snuck in here and behind here, and there's nothing really to support the Tiger. This is actually a bit of a problem for Bjarkey. Again, not enough infantry. And too many resources poured into armor cars, which quickly get knocked out. Blowing up the road a bit further.
We are losing a sector.
Which I suppose would actually make it a lot less fast to move through for vehicles. So that of course is, I suppose, some sort of very deep strategy, but not really what I think Imagine is going on here. Anti-tank, and they're getting outflanked by the armored car. Fractional being a bit slow, and there we go, anti-tank and decrewed. Volkskriegs moving in on their own. Bjarkey should not be sending in his troops piecemeal. He should be going in for a larger push. As many forces as he can muster. Another armored car out. Stormtroopers rushing in, but not even fully reinforced in some cases. Looks like Bjarkey is a bit desperate. Rifleman down. Others still closing in alongside a Hellcat and anti-tank gun from the south. Tiger is in dire straits. Pioneers to support down. Damaged engine. Less than half health already for the Tiger. stormtroopers rushing in, but they couldn't find themselves a target. Main gun destroyed, but they are taking losses. Veterans 2 up, of course, doing a bit. I'm a car in the south. Can't quite seem to find those riflemen. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Tiger is getting hunted down. Again, there's nothing to support it. No infantry, no stormtroopers with assault rifles. Not a lot overall. A bit of Nebula fire. Looks like a unit went down somewhere. Looks like it was the tank destroyer that actually got knocked out by the Nebula. Tiger damaged engine. Anti-tank gun crew. Nebula escaping. Desperate push in by Bjarkey. Some losses for Fractional's infantry as they are trying to contain the German counterattack. Going through that little road. Stormtrooper down, Volksgrenadier down, another push up from the other side of the road. And there we go, assault going in. Oh, and using in the armor car as a tank. Of course, it's going to be made short work of. Other armor car could actually have been flanking, which I think would have been done much better. Volksgrenadier's gone. Armor car gone. Definitely looking very, very grim for Bjarkey. Stormtroopers are reinforcing. 17 kills still for the Needle Wave. I mean, that's done well. And of course now it's too late for the armor car to move in, and there seems to be a bit of lack of coordination between the different parts of Bjarkey's forces. Needle Wave running in fire here. Direct hit on the bunker. And the Needle Wave is actually doing quite a bit of damage with the fire to his own bunker. Oh no, he's going to knock out his own repair bunker. He's going to burn it down. What a shame.
Artillery support is now available.
And there we go, the bunker is lost, thanks to Bjarkey. What a shame. Fulton is trying to do a bit of harassment, but currently, I mean, Fractional is holding most of the territory. 2nd Panzer Division is in dire straits. Riflemen moving in. Assault grenades getting locked at them. Nicely done right there. Doing quite a bit of damage since they were a bit too close. Now, of course, question becomes, can Bjarkey mount a successful counterattack and push away Fractional from the center? Fractional is currently busting down a bunch of mines. That's good. Not taking any chances. That's the way you play Americans. Rather than moving in, though. Veterans free, by the way. We are quickly seeing some folks going to run off. No idea why he is sending in a stormtrooper squad, not really meant to fight infantry as way on its own. More Needle Fire going in towards the road junction. Mostly hitting the cafe though, and lighting it largely on fire. I suspect the owner will not be pleased about that.
We're losing ground out there.
Anti-tank gun pulling a bit further away, doesn't want to be a piece of collateral damage from Needle for barrages. Only 2 stormtroopers moving in. Bjarkey must be utterly desperate. Another off-map combat group. Greyhound, Rifleman, Mortar, anti-tank gun. And let's just beat this up a wee bit. Veterancy free for Bjarkey's infantry. But he doesn't even have a lot of infantry. That's sort of the problem. He's actually quite lacking infantry, and more specifically infantry that deals with the opponent's infantry. And had he been a bit more upgrading towards that, I think he would have been faring better. Lastly, I mean, that's just a waste of resources. And Stu 42 rolls in to try and perhaps turn the luck, but I am not confident that is going to do the trick. And we're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squads of riflemen out for Fractional. That's definitely what you call a headache for your opponent. So turn to Bjarkey. who needs more infantry to really take advantage of that veterancy free. He could consider calling in some stormtroopers and equipping them with assault rifles. I think that could actually do the trick. Somewhat. Mortar opening up, but could get hit by the Needlewerfer. A bit lightly hit. We're not quite succeeding.
Cowards attack our forward base.
Burning up a bit there. Another squad of folks goes. I mean, it's interesting. He's not bothering with stormtroopers again, equipping with assault rifles. I do believe that could be the trick. Could easily tear through a lot of the more inexperienced riflemen. Could make short work of anti-tank guns and mortars. And veterancy free for the armor cars, which actually increases damage, which is quite nice. Will be most effective with a Panther gun, or Puma gun actually. Troops here getting a bit hammered. Again, Bjarkey just lacks the sort of raw firepower of some assault rifles to really break through the lines of fractional. Or at least some MP40s or something. Another repair bunker going up. Greyhound moving in, trying to get the armored car. Mortar round goes off, kills a few Fultz Grenadiers. Panzer going in, trying to knock out the armored car. Nice pushing there. Fultz need to retreat, and there quickly mine goes off, killing several riflemen. Tiger holds out. More riflemen going down to the Stu 42. More mortar rounds from Fultz goes up north. Nice hit from the Stu 42 again. Bjarkey holding out here a bit desperately. And the Greyhound's constantly being repaired and damaged. In fact, all the pioneers repairing it faster than they can be damaged. Because imagine some of the bonuses from veterans, all the veterans levels are holding a bit. But lastly, I mean, our veterans fleet gains, I think, a 20% damage bonus. There's something about that. Another anti-tank gun. The Stu 42 could be lost. There we go. Stu lost. Greyhound lost. Again, not a lot of infantry left for Bjarkey. Veterans 2 for the armor. Anti-tank gun crew dead. Full squads murdered here by the veterans 3 riflemen.
Are now available.
The resource splits. Training 2 squads of Fultz Grenadiers again. Why not call in stormtroopers instead? At least equip some of the Fultz Grenadiers with MP40s. And that will at least marginally make things a bit more useful in these close quarters. Mortar is still firing away. Salvaging the Stu. No one coming in. With an MG on top now. The Needlewerfer with 20 kills. That's definitely got something to be proud about. And the Fultz guys up north are quickly run off, simply outnumbered. Tiger's not really doing much there. Needlewerfers detonate more mines, hit a bit more things out in the open. More mines going off, absolutely insane. And the only thing that's left in the cemetery still standing is this angel. Staring down at the destruction before it. Now the Volksgrenadiers themselves are ready. Apparently some Osttruppen, which actually did fight on the Western Front. In fact, there were no Volksgrenadiers in Normandy. There were, on the other hand, Osttruppen. I suppose you could call the Volksgrenadiers stand-in for those. Anyways, just lots of cheaper infantry being fed into the meat grinder, apparently. Ooh, very close thing off the mine. And now we're seeing Blitzkrieg, an absolutely last push by Bjarkey. And then, of course, he stops up with Blitzkrieg. That's not really Blitzkrieg, mate.
We are losing ground.
Armor car trying to get past. Armor car going to go down. The Volksgrenadier Blitz is having a bit of trouble here. Anti-tank guns focusing down enemy vehicles. Then to one down.
Capturing a sector.
And the other victory point going down. This is looking rather grim for the 2nd Panzer Division. Destroyed engine. Gone. Tiger moving in. Veteran T2, by the way, for the anti-tank gun. Another Hellcat. And GG from Bjarkey. And GG from Fractional. And there we go. Game over. A tragic loss for Bjarkey and the 2nd Panzer Division. A glorious victory for Fractional and the 3rd Infantry. Despite a really rough start, losing a lot, the problems sort of slowly began cropping up with Bjarkey, you know, not pushing the advantage enough. Again, he really absolutely shattered Fractional there in the beginning, but didn't really push forward enough. And then the sort of armor cast came in, and, you know, problem is again with Semois, and the way he was using armor cast doesn't really fit. He was, you know, basically using them with tanks in the sharp confines of the village, which isn't really working. You know, this should be more about maneuver and such, and that never really appeared. In which case, he might as well gone for Stuks upgraded, or go straight for a Panzer Commander Garden, something there. And it got him some time before he got Nebenwerfers. He was also lacking in infantry for a large part, and all the stormtroopers with the Panzer Six, you know, and some of them he never really got to deal with any vehicles even. I mean, I think had he not upgraded some of his infantry with assault rifles, I think he would have performed marginally, well, considerably better. Ultimately, he didn't, and, you know, those were some of all the things that sort of coalesced into basically the loss of Bjarkey right here. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. If you did, why not subscribe and tell your friends, and if you didn't, well, why not send a replay of your own. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.